What do you think the future of the Communist Party is? Does it last, and for how long?
As if we wake up as a country, it doesn't last. It can't last. It can't. The U.S. Constitution and the Chinese Communist Party are fundamentally misaligned and at odds.
Mm-hmm. How long could you see this party lasting for?
Oh, decades. But what I'm concerned about is the American people. Can we protect the American people? Can we get back to where people can raise their kids and have a home and have a job and have health care and have a retirement and can we protect them in the 21st century the same as we did in the prior centuries?
General Spalding, I noticed you didn't mention anything about fentanyl coming into the U.S. from China, how it's being flooded into the U.S., the amount of deaths, and then also the stuff that the FDA, that's getting through constantly through the FDA, from children's toys with lead to drugs to different stuff. Could you shed some light on this?
Yeah, and I think so. I remember talking to the head of ONDCP, the Office of National Drug Control Program, and I'm explaining to him what's going on with fentanyl, and he goes, "Well, but the Chinese are cooperating with us." And I almost fell out of my chair, and it's because I go back to the very first kind of where I talked about the way we think of enforcement. The Chinese do not have a plan. Xi Jinping did not say, let's create fentanyl and let's flood the U.S. and kill tens of thousands of people a year, which is what they are. What they did is they said, okay, you pharmaceutical company owners, just go make money. Mm-hmm. And we don't care how you make it. And the pharmaceutical company owners said, okay, well, we can make fentanyl and sell it in the U.S. And not only can we sell it in the U.S., because the U.S. subsidizes postage, we'll send it to you in the mail. And we'll guarantee the shipment, because if it gets intercepted, we'll just keep sending it. Right? And so what they did is they created this business based on selling fentanyl in the United States. And since there is no regulation within China in terms of
why doesn't Trump or why doesn't the Congress basically ban fentanyl coming in from China? It's just completely the FDA. It's one of the drugs that is not allowed into the United States.
So what you would have to do,
yes,
and I talk about this in the book, what you would have to do is stop saying, okay, you brought in fentanyl, I'm going to put you in jail. You have to say, okay, if any fentanyl comes in a U.S. port,
yes,
for that month, no ships come from China. 0. Or, option 2, every single container on every single ship that comes from China is going to be charged $1,000. When you start to levy that enforcement on the regime and not on an individual or on a company, but on the regime, then they'll listen. Until then, you have no way. In every instance that I ever, after the first year of figuring this out, in every instance I ever did in China in negotiation, I always made sure I had leverage at every step of the way. As soon as I didn't have leverage, then we were no longer in a kind of a free trade situation.